Hi guys, welcome back. It has been a while. I'm excited to share with you what I've been up to, or I should say what I've been completing. I have made an altered book, but I've made it to be my sketchbook. So I welcome you guys to come take a tour with me. I started it last year and I just finished it this year. So it was actually from August to August, which is pretty cool. I recorded this knowing I was going to do a voiceover. However, I went way too fast while recording. So I will do my best to keep up with the video. Here I'm just showing you, I thrifted these two photo albums. So originally they had the plastic photo sleeves in it. I gutted them out, and then I got a bunch of different art paper. I will put a list of the type of papers to put in right there. And I bounded them in with a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, as you can see there. Really easy to do, especially if you're already familiar with junk journaling and altering and binding. Super easy. If you are not familiar with it, however, I can make a tutorial on how I did it. These are a couple of my own stickers I'm pointing at, and then all these other ones are just pretty random ones, just from Amazon or Temu or something. And yeah, I'm gonna open it up now. So the inside here, I did line it with tissue paper and then did a quick varnish over it to help seal it. And I had put a pocket in as well, which holds these little things. These paintings are from last Halloween. Me and my daughters did 10-minute painting sessions, and so I put them in there. Some sketches, some swatches, and color theory notes there. I always like to have a little pocket in my journals and in my sketchbooks. Here is the first page. I really like it. Most of this sketchbook is portraits because I really do enjoy portraits. So, however, I am self-taught and I'm currently learning how to paint portraits because normally I just use pastels, which are much easier to blend. So I'm learning. This sketchbook is just about me learning. It's just showing you that I made some watercolor moths there and I sprinkle them throughout the sketchbook as well. A bit of mixed media. I get more mixed media as it goes on. Yeah, this is another one. I'm just trying to figure out the style of painting I want or I like. And this was my first attempt at fruit. And I was really actually happy with the berries there on the right. So it looks like I have mixed media paper as the small one and toned pastel paper as the bigger page. I like this face. I didn't mean to at the time, but now looking back, I really like how it looks like she's floating on her back in water and her face is popping out of the water. Here is just a bouquet of flowers, pretty abstract. Once again, not out of my comfort zone, just not what I normally do. Here is a pumpkin with a bit of a reminder, which is less is more. I could feel myself just adding and adding more, and it was just, I could feel myself, the fun was kind of getting away from me because I was being too serious. So I had to remind myself that less is more. Which is why on the right side here, I worked with simplifying shapes and lighting. Love this moon. I think this moon is my favorite thing in this sketchbook. And I just wrote a little quote about magic. You guys can pause and read there if you like. I had fun on that page. Here, this portrait, I probably got it from Pinterest. I liked her because she's soft and she doesn't look like most of my portraits I do. I really like her eyes. And I believe that's on mixed media paper. This was an attempt at self-portrait. I feel like I kind of made myself look half animalistic, but it is what it is, and it's good to document progress. So I'm sure in a couple years when I do another one, or maybe later this year, it'll look a lot better. Love my avocados though, and I like the color palette of the avocados. Here is a very simple pastel sketch of a really long neck. For some reason, I love to draw long necks. I find it elegant and I like a neck as a focal point, strangely enough. And on the right is just a sketch I did while watching TV, and then I backed it with tissue paper, the cheetah print tissue paper. Here we have a little study I did that's when I got my Copic markers. I got the skin tone Copic markers. So I was just testing them out and I like them. I don't use them enough. I think I actually forget that I have them a lot because they're mixed in with my other markers. So I need to give them their own little home, so I use them more often. This here is just me trying. I really like a more blocked look, I'm realizing at this point, so I did a bit more blocking with the paint. This is not the best spread. It's just what was left in my paint palette. I put on the paper and then I just added one of those moths. This was a doodle session on the right that there are things in my living room. I was on my couch and bored, and so that's an antique mirror I have, a bird I have, which is just like wall decor, and a vase. This page here is Pinterest references. I'm sure the fish is very familiar to anyone who goes on Pinterest often for references. This here on the left, I was trying to do more character type art. Oh my gosh, I love these. Sorry, it's going so fast. I love these wishes. I love the expression on their faces and how loose and funky they are. I love them. New Balance, I'm a big fan of New Balance sneakers, so that's what I have there. And I'm pretty sure I wrote something I didn't like how it turned out, so I painted it and put a sticker. Least favorite page goes to this one. It was just a 7-minute sketch. I wanted to see how much detail I could get in 7 minutes. Clearly not very much, but I do love this spread. I did this one on the left here. I didn't catch the date. I can't remember. A few years ago, and I love the serenity in her face. And I did some peaches. I think I did a video on this one. I'll link it down below if I did. I don't think it got much views though, so yeah, I'll link it. I love the colors in it. Some cartoony beetle studies, and then this here was just a character in a child's book that I have, and I was just testing out fabric, just being loose with fabric. Okay, this is a cool interactive page. So I'm gonna talk quick. There was a page in between these two pages. I didn't like it, so I was gonna cut it out. But I also didn't like the eyes on the page on the right, so I figured I would take the piece, glue it, and give her a new face. But when I went to glue it down and I saw that it's like two different people with the same face just by changing the eyes, I thought it was so cool. So I kept it, and I'm actually really happy with it. It was a happy mistake. Happy accident is what Bob Ross says. Yeah. And then I had fun doing the portrait on the left as well. Here we have, this is where I start bringing in some more mixed media, like as in other things other than paint. I put the bow there. It's just, I think this is a type of wheat or something. I liked the simplicity of it, so I did that. This is more kind of half blocking, half blending. Here we have a girl. She's I just did her through imagination, and I found her to be very mermaid-esque, almost aquatic. And I like her. She's almost fish-looking like. This, I put in some sequins and beads in the center of the flowers, and another moth. I have these blobby star things. They are from these little sponges I picked up. I think I show you here. Yeah. I picked them up from Michael's, and they're so cute to just do stamping, like nonsense. They don't fully work great. Like I had to outline them, but they're still fun. Here is me trying to simplify again. So using more shapes, less detail. And those two hearts are covering the thread that I used for the other page. This I did in like 2020, I believe. I loved her then, and I still love her now. So I wanted to keep her in a safe spot. This spread on the right here, or this page, I had fun with her, and I put glittery Mod Podge in her hair, and I just thought that that looked really nice. There's the long neck again too. Sorry if you hear my cat eating in the background. This page was still a little sticky, so I just recently did the painting here on the left, and I love her. I referenced it, but changed it up from Pinterest again. Surprise, surprise. This other girl, this girl on the left, on the right, I like. The bird, not so much. It's supposed to be a raven. Looks a little bit more like a toucan, but I had fun, and that's what counts. This is more fall vibes. I am a fall girly. I can't wait. We're in August. I can't wait. This was a very quick gouache session here that I just wanted to do a very effortless face, and I love how it came out. This is very familiar to some of you probably. It's I basically did it color to color from Pinterest. This is a plant in my house that I just doodled, and I really don't know what I was doing up there. I think I was attempting a white portrait, like just with white gouache, and it wasn't working, so I came up with that. This beauty I made a year or so ago. I made copies of her, so I just kind of pop her in journals here and there just because I think she's really cool looking. And then this same day, I got the forgive me, I don't know how to say it properly, acrylic markers, and so I decided to make the last page a swatch page. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Have an awesome day or an awesome night. Bye!